I am the ultimate interpreter for tourism in China. Have you watched the movie titled Crime City? The actual fact of the scene in the movie was so cruel that they rewrote the scenario a whopping 50 times. Who could he possibly be? He was the formidable leader of the notorious Chinese underworld. His leader was Li Jungguang, who dominated the 1980s. Li Jungguang's leader was Joss, the godfather of the Chinese underworld. Our Li Jungguang, called Guan Yu of the Chinese underworld in the 1980s, and Joss, the founder of the Chinese underworld, were both ethnic Koreans. Joss can be said to be the first to create the Chinese underworld, and his influence was tremendous. When I witnessed the organization of Chos was at the top, and below were the 5 bosses, Li Zhongguang, Shou Pei, Shock, Heo Choiji, and Yang Mantou. And below that, there were a lot of action leaders, and Zhang Chai was the right arm of Li Jungguang. Before Joss came, there was no black society. They recognized the power through individual heroism and usually had a lot of one-on-one matches. And back then, even if you were strong, what could you do with that strength? Couldn't earn, stayed as thug. Chosu emerged, formed black society, violent organization. Era of money laundering using organization for profit started, making money became possible. In this lesson, I will explain about the largest brother, Chos, in the Jiangchechnik family. It was a lunchtime in the year 1985. Hamburg Airport appeared distinct from any other lunchtime. Normally, at this time, Harbin Airport is typically crowded with crying, wailing, and fussing relatives, who are wondering when they will reunite and what steps to take. However, this particular day was unlike any other. Airports have assumed control of the MAX corridor, and they have rendered it infeasible for even a solitary ant to approach the airport arrival gates. About 50 soldiers with assault rifles lined up in 2 rows in front of the domestic arrival gate. After a while, the door opened and a middle-aged man entered, followed by dozens of bodyguards casually walking in with the co-pilot. At this moment, the comrade in arms of the relay shouted, "Jingli!" Numerous soldiers are on guard as the sound spreads. I loudly shout and guard against the enemy. The person named Lili Hua was one of the top 5 in China as a member of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. To explain briefly, the position of a member of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China is similar to Xi Jinping, you know? Now, Xi Jinping is also a member of the Central Political Bureau of China. Currently, Xi Jinping, Li Keqiang, and others are among the top 7 in China, and in 1985, they were among the top 5. Since this person came down to inspect Harbin, there is no need to say that the atmosphere was more tense. Why are you so nervous? Before that, there was an incident. At that time, Sangmu went to inspect and met Hyung Ryonggang Seong. They had various conversations, and I complimented my friend who was driving, saying that he seemed fine. Later, he became the mayor of that city. But on the other hand, if I say, why is he like that? The handling of the matter is not good. What will happen? I'll leave it to my imagination. Yes, like that, I got in the car and drove on the highway without any problems. When I was happily talking with Mayor Halbin sitting next to me, suddenly a car in front of me exceeded the speed limit, which surprised me. Why was I surprised? Because people in such positions have never seen other vehicles overtaking their own vehicles like this. They haven't seen such vehicles in years while in that position. So they were naturally surprised when another car overtook them. Usually they would block the road, so Mayor Harbin looks at the reconciliation of Lilio with disbelief. This is what was written on his face. Did this guy not block the road even when I was coming as one of the top 5 in China? What did you observe with that expression? The market adjacent to me, Harbin, was already perspiring and did not know what to do. I shut that expression. How could I not shut it? What did this signify? Communicating with this expression indicates it is genuinely true. Even at present, as the position increases, there are numerous words. I have difficulty speaking with this mouth. so I communicate through facial expressions or eye movements. If you know about this kind of thing, you'll get in trouble. Lulu's reconciliation is inquired about in this manner. To whom does that black 8888 vehicle belong to from before? Due to the tense atmosphere in the Harbin market, I responded by saying, "Oh, that vehicle belongs to Jos." Upon hearing this, I am extremely angry and have an overwhelming urge to slap the face of the mayor and throw a tantrum. Because Jos is nearly a term for the underworld, and this signifies grandfather, but the writer of this city's mayor, with a population of 10 million, has great respect for that individual named Jos, so I am extremely angry. In China, they like it when you call them grandfather respectfully. This is different from Korea again. Even if I refer to my grandfather as grandfather, I am still far from being mature. What do you refer to it as, uncle? Is that correct? Then, what happened to the driver who exceeded the national speed limit in this manner? Like this.